Hello, Send in the Music friends. My name is Jamie, and I'm back with another tech moment for you today. One of the things that I get asked pretty frequently is how do I get the overhead view of my dulcimer while I still have a camera pointing at my face? It's kind of a picture-in-a-picture thing. I use some free software that I found online called OBS. It stands for Open Broadcast Software. I happen to have a new laptop that I needed to download OBS onto, so I'm going to show you the steps that I take to get that onto the new computer, and then I'll just give you a tour around the program and show you how easy it is to import and connect webcams to OBS. So I'm going to give you a quick peek at the behind the scenes. So I do all my videos and recordings from here, and this is the laptop we're going to set OBS up on today. This is a small USB microphone. This is the laptop that I usually use for my recordings. Up here I have the webcam above it that you see my vase view. And then this is the overhead webcam here that gets the pictures of my instruments. And it is simply on this is called a boom microphone stand. So it gets the arm way out over your lap so you can get a good view of your dulcimer. And what we're going to do now is download OBS and go through the process of setting it up. Okay, so go to your favorite search engine, and in the search bar, just type in OBS or OBS software. Enter. And here it is, Open Broadcaster Software. Should be the first search result that you find. The reason I use OBS is because it is free. I haven't really had any issues with it. It's been very forgiving for me. So when you go to the main OBS page, you're going to want to choose whatever is going to be relevant to your device. I happen to have a Windows computer here. I think I'm using Windows Home 11. So click on the Windows button, and it automatically takes you to the download page. And it kind of walks you through how to get started. So they have a quick start guide, which is going to be very handy, overviews, so you can do a lot of reading about it. Fill up the files section on your computer, and you're going to want to go to Downloads, and it should find there is our OBS Studio download. The installer is there, and it's ready to go. Now, really, we're going to double click on this to open it up, and it has a little installation wizard, so it takes you right through the process. It's going to ask you to read through the agreement and agree. Go ahead and just hit next. I went ahead and just allowed it to put it where it wants in your computer. So the default program file was fine for me. So I'm going to go ahead and finish and click install. It goes pretty quickly. Okay, so we have the setup complete box, which is good. And from here, you can just click finish. Now, they do have the check marked that it's going to go ahead and launch OBS, which is fine because we want to take a look at that now. So we're going to go ahead and hit finish, and it should take you right into the OBS program. Okay, so when OBS opens up, you have this auto configuration wizard. They're going to want to help you set it up. It makes things a lot easier. So they give you 3 options of how you want to set it up. I actually do like to use this program to record myself sometimes so I can get a view of my fingers on the instrument. So that's the one I'm going to pick, and you can go back and change to settings later. We'll hit next. Video settings, hit next. Let's see, it's determined that these settings are ideal for you. So it's already taken a look at your system to see what's working. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply settings. Once that's done, we can enlarge the screen so it's full screen. So let's go ahead and go through the process of setting up a camera. So over here, we have the sources area where it shows all external webcams, microphones, devices that are plugged in and can be used through OBS. Right now, this is blank because we haven't added anything. So we're going to add our first device right now, which is the webcam I have on the overhead boom stand that I showed you. So to do this, you want to make sure that it is first plugged into your computer via one of the USB ports. And now I just hit the plus button, and it asks, what do you want to hook up? video capture device. Here it is, kind of far down on the list. But just double click on video capture device and OBS will start searching for an applicable device. So it wants to create a new video capture device. Now you could also choose to add existing, but we know we don't have one because we're brand new. So we're going to hit OK. It automatically went to the integrated webcam, which just happens to be, hello, it's the little built-in webcam at the top of your computer screen. I happen to have a cover over mine because I usually don't use that. I use an external one. So I'm going to cover that back up. All right, and that's not the one we want. Oh, here's another one. Here's a USB camera. So we click on the USB camera. Oh, hey, here's my view on my overhead boom stand, which I have swinging around, so you can adjust that. All right, so that's the camera that we're going to want, and you can just click OK, and boom, we have our first camera hooked up in OBS. Okay, so now under sources, it's displaying video capture device. You can name this whatever you want, by the way. It's just the default that came up. But if you wanted to name it webcam number 1 or the brand name of the webcam, if you're using more than one, you can always change the name of the device. So the eyeball symbol, if you hit that, you can see that it mutes the camera, hides it. We're going to unhide it. The lock symbol, what that does is you can see on the screen now, we have a red border around the active camera. Well, we can play with how this camera is positioned. So just click on it and hold with your mouse button, and you can drag the size, make it bigger or smaller in the screen. If you don't want that to change, you can go down to the lock button and lock it, and now you see that that box around the screen has gone away. Well, we're going to unlock that so we can play with it a little bit. So the next thing we're going to do is, since we want to play with the fancy stuff like moving this around or having a picture-in-a-picture view, if to do that, we have to have a second webcam. So I just happen to have a second one that I'm going to hook up to my other USB port off to the side here. We're going to now configure our second webcam. So we go down to our sources area again, hit the plus bar, and we come down to video capture device, and it is sensing that it is a new device, and it is named it video capture device 2. This new webcam. All right, so that's okay. And now you can see we have the new webcam. The other thing you can do is you can transform these, order these differently. Say you want this one to be on the bottom. So you can go down to video capture device, right click on it, and you can order it, move it up or down, just like you have a stack of paper. Say we're going to move it down to the bottom of the stack. All right, now all of a sudden you don't see it. You see the red outline where the other camera is, but you can't see it because it's underneath the first camera we installed. So to see it now, we would have to make this one smaller. See, and now you can see both, but you can see how this one, our desktop camera, is overlapping the picture on the other camera. So the other thing you can do is say this desktop camera is the one that I'm going to have pointing at my instrument. So, but it's going to be upside down. So you right click and then you go down to transform. And here is where you can rotate it. But we're going to rotate it 180 degrees. And boom. Hey, now I'm right side up. So it's pretty easy to manipulate most of this stuff. You just have to click around a little bit and play with it. And that is a real quick tour of basic OBS.